One day while Peter was teaching a class, the principal summoned him and told him that a friend of his is waiting for him in the office. Peter gets surprised to find out that Ezekiel Sims was the one who's waiting for him in the office. Now, for those who don't know who Ezekiel is, he's a rich man that got the same abilities as Peter through a mysterious ritual, and he's an expert in the history of the spider powers and the spider totem. Back to the story. Ezekiel takes Peter and the two go to a restaurant. There he explained to Peter that he isn't the first one that got the spider powers. Their powers originate from way back in the past, and they are totemistic-based powers. Then he warns Peter that there are creatures that feed on this totemistic-based powers, and they are called the inheritors. They feed on people with spider powers just like Peter. He also tells Peter that one of them named Morlin has arrived here, and he's looking for him. Then Ezekiel takes Peter to a bunker he built, and he tells Peter that he saw his work as Spider-Man. He made the world a better place, and for that, he offers him this bunker to hide himself from Morlin because he won't stand a chance if he decided to face him. Peter thanks Ezekiel but tells him that he isn't going to hide from Morlin. He won against many guys who said that they were going to kill him. Ezekiel tries to convince Peter, but he fails to do so. In the night, while Peter was eating and watching TV, his show gets interrupted by a report that there is complete carnage happening, so Peter suits up and goes to save the day. When he gets there, he starts saving people. Then his spider sense gets crazy, but this time it's screaming to hide. Then Morlin punches Peter, sending him flying. Peter says that no one has ever hit him that hard. Not the Hulk, not Thor, no one. He can't find any joke to crack because nothing is funny anymore. Peter jumps at Morlin and lands a few hits on him, but Morlin just kept standing there unfazed. He tells Peter that he doesn't tire, he doesn't get weary, and he doesn't give up. So it's a matter of time until Peter gets tired and die. Peter and Morlin fought for hours and hours. He notices that the fight didn't affect him, so he decides to retreat and think of a plan. But Morlin kept following him and attacking him, so they continued fighting until Peter hit him an idea. He swings away quickly and takes his suit off to hide from Morlin and catch his breath. But Morlin finds him, so Peter resuits while fighting, and they continue their fight. They land in the kitchen and the gas leaked. Peter jumps out of the building in the last second. Leaving Morlin in the explosion, Peter runs away to make a plan. He goes to Ezekiel asking for help. Ezekiel tells him that once Morlin touched you, he can find you wherever you go. Peter asks him to join the battle with him, but Ezekiel refuses and apologizes, telling Peter that he could die too. Peter swings away with his torn-up suit and goes to continue his fight with Morlin, who held a child hostage. After 12 hours of fighting Morlin, we see Peter injured and tired. He wants to go home, he wants to sleep, he wants to rest, but he can't. He tries to hit Morlin with an iron pole, but it doesn't work. He shoots a web at a car, then he runs away with it. He calls his aunt to see how is she doing and to make sure she's all right, because he believes he might die in the fight. But Morlin attacks him immediately without giving him any break. Ezekiel joins the fight and tells Peter that he changed his mind. The two fought him for a while, but Morlin held Ezekiel and sucked his life force out. Peter gets angry and quickly jumps in the water to find him. He fails to find Ezekiel, but he now has a blood sample of Morlin that he can study, so he took it with him. From the blood sample, Peter knew how to beat Morlin, so he wore a new suit and swung out. Peter goes and makes a formula that involves radiation in it, and he injects himself with it. Peter screams in pain, every nerve is on fire. His heart is about to burst, and he can't move. When Morlin came in, he found Peter passed out, but when he tried to suck his life force out, he got burned. Peter jumped at Morlin and started hitting him, and every hit now is effective. Peter tells Morlin that his powers are also radiation-based. He injected himself with more radiation, so now he won't be able to kill Peter. Morlin weakened and his color changed from the amount of radiation he got from Peter. But before Peter could finish Morlin, his assistant appeared and told Morlin he quit. Then he shot Morlin with a gun, killing him. The man ran away, but Peter manages to catch him in time. A tired Peter who haven't slept in days swings down to a building. He asks God a favor. He asks God to give him a break for a little while to rest a little bit. Then he swings to Ezekiel's company to tell them that he's gone, but when he gets there, he gets surprised to find that his friend is still alive and well. At the end, an injured, tired, and weary Peter swings home and takes his suit off and goes to sleep. But then a person goes in the apartment while he's sleeping and finds out that Peter is the amazing Spider-Man.